Hi everyone, my name is Kayla Mallari. I am the Communications Associate for Santa Barbara Food Action Network, and we're here to talk about our live and learn experience with food justice. I am joined with my friend and colleague Jessica. We both met at the Cal Poly SLO internship. We decided to use definitions coming from the Students for Food Sovereignty National, and this is a coalition of college students that come together for an organization, and they define, which we agree with and we think embodies everything that we believe in, that food justice is a basic right of people. It is a movement generally led by Black, Indigenous people of color striving for the right to grow, sell, and eat healthy food. We've experienced different food justice issues in our rotations in many different systems. We were in clinical, we were in the community setting, as well as the food service management. And in every single stage of life, we saw kids, we saw adults, we saw seniors, things like that. And we recognize as nutrition professionals that we need to consider the barriers to health, the barriers to food, and to really consider the patient as a whole, thinking about, like I said, their access, thinking about their culture, thinking about everything that goes into individuals. I really didn't see my culture and my cuisine represented in what healthy eating is seen as. And a really good quote that I love is, healthy eating is presented through a Eurocentric lens, and that's problematic. And that whole quote just emphasizes that we need more individuals of Black, Indigenous people of color in these leadership roles to make those guidelines, to make those curriculum, to make that content so that everyone is represented in what healthy eating is.
I remember watching a documentary about how farm workers are treated, and that just definitely exposed me to my own privileges and my own very narrow view of health, that, I was just concerned with, like, as a consumer eating fruits and vegetables, but, recognizing that nutrition is part of a whole food system, and, if those who aren't growing our food aren't healthy or treated, treated well, then is that really conducive to overall health? And just found it a really interesting paradox that, those who grow our food sometimes aren't even able to put food on the table for their own families.
A lot of times healthy eating is, people think that it's an individual choice, but really it's the food system, and it's just so much more. What are people able to access? And it's nutrition advice as well as food in itself.
Year-round access to enough nutritional and safe foods for an active, healthy life, and the ability to acquire the food in socially acceptable ways. So we really like that because, food, it shouldn't have to be, dumpster diving or stealing or driving 2 hours to go to a food bank, which I saw someone do that in San Luis Obispo County when I was working at the food bank. So, that is not a secure, sustainable way to access food.
A lot of the times CalFresh and any type of food assistance, any type of assistance is really stigmatized. Everyone does have the right to food. So it's just normalizing that, and normalizing that food assistance is there to help.
And definitely seeing some patients have to choose between paying for their medications, which, the doctor is recommending, very important, or are they going to buy groceries and follow these restrictive diets that we're trying to prescribe, which can oftentimes be really unrealistic. But even more recent research is showing that just the stress of experiencing racism alone can lead to adverse health outcomes, regardless of socioeconomic status.
Jess and I have really been taking this time to look at our own privileges, thinking about how we can do better as individuals, as nutrition professionals, as food activists.
Knowing that our profession is very white, and everyone in our field pretty much looks like me, and so I really want to try to elevate voices whenever I can and create space for others to join. Again, if we want to try to widen our view of health and make it not so Eurocentric, we're going to need people to speak on behalf. I mean, I can speak about others, but obviously I've not lived the experience of being a farm worker. I haven't been food insecure myself. So yeah, definitely just trying to uplift voices of others whenever I can.